My name is Douglas Williamson. I am the Director of Information Technology at the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority is a government body of the Jamaican government that's responsible for civil aviation in the country. It plays an important role bridging international requirements of ICAO into the local government structures. So there's a big regulatory side and there's a big air navigation services side. So we provide air traffic control for the Kingston Flight Information Region. We also do some training on premises. So it's a government entity that does civil aviation for Jamaica. The tagline I use from time to time to make it easy for people to understand it, we are the FAA of Jamaica. The challenge we had was we had a wonderful typewriter that we needed to convert to a word processor. By that I mean the new hire orientation program was still manual. We had the HR staff having to prepare the slides, book the rooms, book the guest presenters, like the director of IT would come and make presentations, and all the different groups to bring the new hires up to speed. Our organization is relatively, the vertical of aviation is deep. And so if you're not coming with a deep aviation background, you really have to bring people along the journey. And so there's a lot to cover in new hire orientation. And the typewriter way of doing it was, putting up a slide deck in a room and presenting it for a couple of hours, probably half a morning or a whole day, depending on how many people you have. And I met one-on-one e-learning at a trade show and got to know a little bit about what they do. We had our own learning management system, but the means of producing the content, it's quite onerous. It's a very detailed skill set. And we had been minding our way for a time, but when I saw what one-on-one was capable of doing, taking our slides and preparing a fully animated, narrated course with assessment, that was our word processor. So we converted our typewriter to a word processor by taking that set of slides, assembling an online course, putting it into our LMS, and now our HR department is able to deliver this content with much less effort and more quality because they have the data of the scores that the persons attain. And in fact, we're planning to extend it further to put more content into it. And we are planning to put more courses out from the different departments. Some may be public facing, some may be internal. So the ability to prepare and deliver the digital course content, first class. The fact that one-on-one is right below halfway tree in Kingston, literally 10 minutes from my office, I was able to go down there and stare in the whites of the eyes of the people who do the work. I mean, virtual meetings are all good, but I need to know who I'm dealing with. And their facilities were first class. You walk into the studios, you think you're in San Francisco. And I saw the investment. I met the people behind it, the trained people who had the capabilities to create this content. Saw what you guys have done before. It was an easy match for me. Three benefits that I've experienced. Well, first of all, one-on-one makes me look good, even better. And I love that because I was able to deliver a service to my stakeholders that I know they needed, but they hadn't been able to prioritize yet. And we were able to do it without being much of a burden to them because they have a lot going on. And we were able to work together and deliver a first-class quality content. And so in terms of the ability to keep the promises that were made, that was important. There's another benefit in terms of the flexibility. You have a range of options, and especially if you're doing e-learning, it can be intimidating. It's not an area that people really specialize in, that, general IT, they just look to IT for help. So I would say that the range of services was a good benefit. So your capabilities, your proximity, and the range of services is what I'd say the three things are. You guys created the material for us, and we host it in our learning management system. And what life is like right now, what I notice is that we're able to get reports on the delivery of the content as new hires come in. We have also, as I said to you before, there are a lot more ideas in terms of, because people have seen this course being made available for new hire orientation. Well, there's other stuff we need to do, So there are other course possibilities that we're putting together. Previously, we were just putting slides in the learning management and just delivering them like that. So those courses weren't very seamless. Certainly wouldn't be regarded as self-directed, but now we have that capability. For me, in my job, one-on-one is one of those specialized heavy weapons that I can deploy when I need to. And that's what persons like me need, capabilities that we can call on. Because we don't have those expertise in-house. We can't develop those expertise in a reasonable time to deliver value. We need to be able to call on specialists. And one-on-one is a tried and proven specialist that I can call on to create and deliver content and possibly host content for us in the future.